Tennis is often called a gentleman's sport, but when tempers explode, the fines can reach eye-watering levels. From smashed rackets to shocking insults, here are the 10 most expensive fines in tennis history. Number 10. Daniil Medvedev. The fiery Russian has never been one to hide his emotions, but at the 2025 U.S. Open, Medvedev's frustration reached a boiling point. During a tense first-round clash with Benjamin Bonzi, a controversial point reversal sent him into meltdown. Medvedev unleashed a furious tirade at the chair umpire, shouting, gesturing, and refusing to play. Moments later, he smashed his racket against the courtside chair, splintering it to pieces. The aftermath? A $30,000 fine for unsportsmanlike conduct, plus $12,500 for racket abuse, totaling $42,500. A costly reminder that even for a Grand Slam champion, emotions can come with a serious price tag. Number 9. Jeff Tarango. Rewind to Wimbledon 1995. An era of politeness, white attire, and quiet crowds. But Jeff Tarango shattered that calm. After a disputed call, Tarango shouted at the umpire, accusing him of corruption. When the crowd booed, he yelled back at them, then simply walked off the court mid-match. The bizarre scene escalated when his wife confronted and slapped the umpire backstage. The ATP fined Tarango $43,800 for verbal abuse, audible obscenity, and abandoning the match, a moment that lives in Wimbledon infamy. 8. Bernard Tomic. At Wimbledon 2019, Bernard Tomic's performance against Jo-Wilfried Tsonga lasted just 58 minutes. He barely moved, didn't chase shots, and showed no fight. The referee called it a failure to meet professional standards. The punishment? The entire first-round prize money, £45,000, roughly $56,500, was stripped away. It became one of the harshest examples of the sport punishing apathy, proving that tanking a match can be as expensive as smashing a racket. Number 7. David Nalbandian. During the Queen's Club final, David Nalbandian was up a set against Marin Cilic, until a flash of rage changed everything. After missing a point, Nalbandian kicked a wooden advertising board. It smashed into a linesperson's leg, drawing blood. The match was immediately defaulted. Nalbandian forfeited his $57,350 prize money and was fined $12,560, bringing the total loss to $69,910. The once cool Argentine became a global headline overnight. A vivid example of how one split-second reaction can destroy a week's work. Number 6. Alexander Zverev. In 2022, Alexander Zverev turned doubles chaos into scandal at the Mexican Open in Acapulco. After a tight match, Zverev accused the umpire of bias and erupted, screaming obscenities before smashing his racket 4 times against the umpire's chair, narrowly missing his feet. He was defaulted, fined $40,000 for verbal abuse and unsportsmanlike conduct, and forfeited $31,000 in prize money, a total hit of $71,000. The ATP also handed him a suspended 8-week ban, sending a clear message. Violence toward officials crosses a line that money can't erase. Number 5. Hugo Gaston, young Frenchman. Hugo Gaston made headlines for all the wrong reasons at the 2023 Madrid Open. Facing Borna Coric, Gaston deliberately dropped a spare ball from his pocket mid-rally, hoping to force a replay after a poor shot. It was a calculated act of gamesmanship caught on camera. The ATP slapped him with a record fine for unsportsmanlike conduct, €144,000, about $155,000. After an appeal, it was reportedly reduced to €72,000, roughly $77,500. Still, it stands as one of the largest behavior-related fines in modern tennis, proof that even clever cheating can backfire spectacularly. Number 4. Serena Williams. Few moments shocked fans more than Serena Williams' outburst in her 2009 U.S. Open semifinal against Kim Clijsters. Serving to stay alive, she was called for a foot fault and exploded at the linesperson, saying, "I swear, I'll shove this ball down your throat." The point penalty ended the match and cost her a place in the final. But the real blow came later. An $82,500 fine, the largest ever imposed on a female player at the time. It didn't define her legacy, but it reminded the world that even legends have breaking points. Number 3. Nick Kyrgios. When it comes to meltdowns, no one does it quite like Nick Kyrgios. At the 2019 Cincinnati Masters, he faced Karen Khachanov and lost everything but his voice. He ranted at the umpire, left the court without permission, smashed 2 rackets in the tunnel, returned, and kept arguing until the end. By the time the ATP finished tallying, Kyrgios had racked up 8 code violations for verbal abuse, audible obscenity, unsportsmanlike conduct, and more. Total fine: $113,000. It remains one of the most expensive meltdowns in men's tennis history, a moment as unforgettable as it was chaotic. Number 2. Frances Tiafoe. In 2024, the usually easygoing Frances Tiafoe stunned fans with a complete meltdown at the Shanghai Masters. After a time violation call during a tiebreak against Roman Safiullin, he erupted, screaming at the umpire, smashing his racket, and refusing to play for several minutes. He was fined $60,000 for verbal abuse and another $60,000 for aggravated behavior, totaling $120,000. It instantly ranked among the highest fines ever handed out, and a rare moment when one of tennis's friendliest faces turned into its angriest. Number 1. Novak Djokovic. And at number 1, the costliest fine in tennis history. In the 2020 U.S. Open, Novak Djokovic was cruising through the early rounds when, in a flash of frustration, he struck a ball behind him without looking and accidentally hit a lineswoman in the throat. The moment stunned the stadium into silence. Within minutes, Djokovic was defaulted, losing all his $250,000 prize money, plus $17,500 in fines for the violation and for skipping his post-match press conference. That brings the total to $267,500. A record-setting penalty that shows even the greatest champion isn't immune to tennis's strict code of conduct. Which of these fines shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications for more dramatic stories from the world of tennis.